Good morning, everyone. I got to share this stream out to the various places where I do. My app is acting up. Sorry, this is. Whoa. Was I removed from a group? This is. No, I'm in there. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Now I gotta go find the YouTube. This is the problem with too much social media. Too much social media. You gotta share things to every single one. And so there, copy link. I gotta go on Truth Social. Tell people join us with coffee. And there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, everyone. I had to get all that stuff taken care of. Normally, when you see the we'll be starting shortly, that's actually what I'm doing. But today I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and just go live. You guys can see how the sausage is made. Good morning at the guys already. Which guys? Good morning, Mike. This is Daniel. Oh, hey, Daniel. Welcome. I've got a fan of the show who reached out, wants me to go to lunch with them this week. I'm all about, for those, don't go out of your way, but this one is a guy who kind of lives local to me. And I said, sure, I'll happily have, break bread with you. Oh, you're at the gym already. Okay. Well, you have a good workout. Get swole, pump some iron. This is a little bit jacked up. There we go. So I am going to be writing my letter to the to the Attorney General this morning. And I'm going to go into Google. And then I'm going to go into Google Documents. Docs. Okay. I've got so many of these documents that I've started, and because I'm trying to coordinate with other people, they don't always get done. Good morning, Captain Kern. Good morning. Oh, there is. I did want to share this to someone who I know. All right. Here. There's going to be some people mad that I'm doing this. I don't care. I was sent a clip. I copyright struck some people, and one of them was raging about it, and someone sent me a clip about it, and I was laughing, and I'm like, here's what I'll tell you. You don't like my copyright strike? Feel absolutely free to copyright strike any of your content that I use. Feel free to do that because I don't take other people's stuff, and if I do, like I ask them, hey, I use your stuff. Like I ask ahead of time if I can. But if it's a thing where it's like, oh, I have to go live right now and do this, uh, you know, I've told people, hey, I use your stuff. If you need me to take it down, just let me know. I'll happily take it down. And when you're doing that, people are like, no, go ahead, use it. But it's hard to come up with interesting content. I will admit that it is really, really hard to do that. This thing is whopper jaw. No wonder why I'm having issues with my microphone all the time. But yeah, used to live in Riverside, Indio area. I used to live out near Indio. I was in DHS, Desert Hot Springs officially, but I was not in town. I was way out east, almost near Indio. Keep your humor. I try. So, but yeah, some of these people, like, it's hard to create your own content. I recognize that, but guess what? There was a time doing this show. Well, I will say I sucked. Those early shows, which had thousands of people watching, uh, were not my greatest, and that's okay. I got better. I worked at it, and now I it's not as hard for me to create content. I just recorded me putting everybody's uh, home on the board, and that's going to go out later on today. That's something I do. That's content. It's something that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's interesting, and people enjoy seeing like, oh, I'm on his board. Um, so that's stuff that I do. I didn't always do that. That's still fairly new thing, but it's original content that you're not going to see anywhere else. Is it going to be for everyone? No, it won't. Oh, now you guys are going to start sending me where you're at. So now I got to pull out my pen and write all your places down. That's okay. It's a good problem to have. People giving me content is a good problem to have. Why is this? I badly need to clean off my desk again. It always gets messed up. Kern County. Okay, I've been up to Kern County, been through it. And so I recognize that it's hard to create new content to be interesting, to be innovative. It's not easy. You're gonna fail a lot when you do it, but you have to do it when if you want to be a YouTuber. Like, hate will only get you so far. It'll only get you to a certain point. Yeah, you'll get people who tune in and want the drama, but when that's all you have, people are going to tune out, and that's why you see these channels have very limited support. Um, you can be a critic all day long, but it's only going to take you so far. You spelled Kern wrong. It's Kiern. Where am I on the naughty board? Where do you want to be on the naughty board? Maybe I need a naughty board. Should this be the naughty board? They bucket poupée. We are all, in the end of the day, aren't we all bucket shitters? afternoon coffee with the skipper. Good afternoon, all from Belgium. Have a good day. Kate Brown. What part of Belgium? I'm trying to figure out where I should go when I do visit Belgium. In fact, I'm supposed to be. I was supposed to be on a phone call this morning, talking about my next European trip. One of the things I remember as a child is the dinosaurs that were shops. Oh yeah, down at Cabazon. Cabazon. We like going down there. It's kind of weird because I grew up in Ohio, and we watched shows like The Wizard and Pee Wee's Big Adventure. So we saw the Cabazon dinosaurs. And now that I live out here, it's weird that I pass them all the time. Just saw a cow running down my street about 10 minutes ago. Living in rural Colorado is fun. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to have to lift this up a little bit. Let's see if this will work. There we go. Because I'm bumping into that thing. In fact, I gotta clean that door because this chair bumps into this door. I'm gonna eventually need a new chair. I got this one from a hotel that closed. It's a nice chair. It's a nice chair. It's not the greatest, but it's a nice one. I do so much of this show on the cheap. I'm all about doing everything as frugal as possible. Eastlanders at the coast, Ostend. So OSTEND, Belgium. Okay, I got you down. You're going on the board. So I haven't updated the international board. I only did American as of right now, but we will get to it. Again, you gotta create content. I'm out of the boards. I'm not going to get one video. I'm going to get two. So then stuff is consistently coming out. And that's the one thing I haven't always been is we didn't always have stuff consistently coming out. Now that I'm running the YouTube channel, I've learned to have stuff consistently coming out. I'm kicking off my shoes because my feet get hot and sweaty. And I hate that. When I go on a plane, I'll wear my shoes, but I'll stuff flip-flops in my backpack. And then when I'm waiting to get on the plane, I'll kick off my shoes and put on my flip-flops so that I'm comfortable on the plane. No one wants you taking your shoes off while you're on the plane. But if you take flip-flops, just okay, yeah, I'm gonna kick these off. Or slippers. I've seen people do slippers too. I normally have old Glory here. Come here. Glory wants to be seen by the people. There we go. This is Glory. She's my service dog. Yeah. Say we spend so much time together. I did a video about her yesterday. You guys may have seen. I don't know if I put it on YouTube. I know it was out on Twitter. So yeah, I'm a big cuddle bear. She just wants love this morning. She hasn't gotten enough love. Still have lots of family in the area, but I live in Missouri. Okay. Don't forget the UK, Cheshire, Norwich. I've got them all written down. I've got you written down, Mandy. So it's just a matter until I do the video. Yeah, she likes putting her head down and being scratched on the top of the head. See, you could do this. She's like, she'll fight me a little bit. Don't forget, Communist Wales, proud of our flag. It got a dragon on it. It actually is a pretty cool flag. I can't. If you asked me to draw it, I couldn't do it. But I do like the Welsh flag. Apparently, Arthur is a Welsh name, meaning bear. Hi from Triangle, West Yorkshire, UK. Okay, I'll have to write you down once the dog is off my lap. Are you going to go on the bed and lay down? She likes to lay under the bed, too. Right now, I'm giving her a face wash. She nudges my hand. She likes the face wash thing, don't you? Everybody's seen the kitty because the kitty jumps on, but rarely do you jump up here. She's a good dog. She we turned 6 in a little bit over a month, don't we? Yep. And one of her friends, Buddy, is in surgery, or what had surgery yesterday. He ate something, probably a sock. So hopefully he's okay because we love Buddy, don't we? So yeah, custom canines. I can't plug those people enough. They gave me they place dogs with veterans for free, and they got her to me, and she absolutely changed my life. Like within days, it was like someone had taken a light switch and just turned it off with a lot of my PTSD symptoms because of you. Right? I know you're watching that kitty. What's he doing? What's he doing out there? Yeah, I see the kitty. What's he doing? You go get him. Go chase him. Go get him. Go get the kitty. Yeah. Go get the kitty. Where is he? Go get him. She's like, nope. Nope, you're not going to fool me. She's like, I would much rather have love. Well, I see he's out there. Stress Tourette's is my excuse. If you run into a Russell, maybe my family. Okay. I can't draw either. Sorry, got your surname wrong. That's fine. I got Miss Brown, but I love his shows. Well, I'm not Miss Brown. Okay. Can you get down? I gotta turn this. You're gonna fall. Thank you. I used to ball up the socks to keep the dog from eating them. Yeah. I think that Buddy likes to eat a lot of stuff. Food is absolutely his motivator, and yeah, he's known for grabbing socks. He's eaten my socks when I was visiting, and yeah, so hopefully he's okay. Where is their music playing? I'm hearing this faint music. Which of these? Ah, I think it's that one. Okay, that one's muted. That one's muted. Oh, I gotta do that. I get things I gotta get done today. Lots of Marines and Navy in my family. Nice, very nice. I'm sorry for you having to deal with us. I'm just deleting stuff right now. Ooh, new letter. A new letter. We get mail. Here comes the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. It makes me want to wail mail. If you're coming into my stream, you're gonna have to deal with me singing every once in a while. Just the way it is. Sorry. Okay. We'll look at that later. I think I know what that is. Okay. We got to get this letter. No, that can be closed. Okay, that's not the one I need. I keep minimizing it. There we go. My dad served in the Army in the 1950s. Today is his birthday. He's 88. Excellent. See if he would ever want to come on the show and talk about his service. All those old stories are important. Arthur, yes, it's a Welsh name. You have Celtic spirit. I have the spirit of the Celts. So I got to make sure triangle. West Yorkshire. I got to figure out where I'm staying when I come to the UK next. The last time I was there, I stayed in the town of Rugby, which is where they actually invented rugby. So I got to see the actual place where they invented it, and that was pretty cool. I also got to go to Warwick Castle, which it was funny because we did the dungeon tour, and the dungeon tour was fascinating. It was really good. Falls, Texas, Falls City, Texas. The dungeon tour was fascinating, uh, and like was really fun and interesting and everything. But the end, like I'll tell you what jacked me up. They take you from scene to scene, and in the second to last one was a hall of mirrors. That messed with my PTSD and sent me into a PTSD attack. That the last scene, which is supposed to be about a witch who was burned at the stake, and like this whole thing, and there's all these things. I couldn't focus on it because I was already in a panic attack, and I just was like, okay, just breathe, just breathe, just breathe, because those wall of mirror or that hall of mirrors, like not knowing what was real and whatnot, really messed with my mind. Okay. So I'm going to be doing this in a Google Doc. Um, I keep screwing this stuff up. Let me go ahead and share this screen. Nope. Nope. I don't want it like that. Thoroughly researched the hotels, migrant housing. British history has some horrors. Oh yeah, it absolutely does. So does American history. Really, if you've been a country long enough, yeah, you've got things that are bad about your country. Um, okay. So okay, I'm getting an update on the dog buddy right now. Uh, he did have surgery. He is okay. It was a sock. It definitely was a sock, and he'll be home today. So good, good, good to hear about that. Monk's Corner, South Carolina. I've been to South Carolina, but I haven't heard of Monk's Corner. Hall of Mirrors would mess me up, and I don't have PTSD. It wasn't scary at all. It was dark, and it was all mirrors. Like I've gone through a hall of mirrors, like I did one in LA, that didn't mess me up at all, but this one messed me up. I got to be very careful with my PTSD. Um, you know, some things will absolutely mess you up. My panic attacks are of being trapped. I've had those. I've had those. Um, that's kind of like the one PTSD attack I have about my time in Afghanistan. It's kind of like I'm not really trapped. It's just I'm sitting on a bird as there's a IDF attack waiting for the plane to get going, and it's like get this thing going, and it's based off of something that actually happened to me. Like I was literally on a C-130. Actually, was it a C-130 or was it a C-10? It was big. I do remember that. Me with a bunch of other soldiers and sailors, and we got IDF attacked. So then we had to get off, and then we came back on, and sitting there waiting was like we waited for so long. Dustin Arthur says, "Good show, brother. Keep up the good work." I'm to him. I'm going to say you're ugly and adopted. Uh, dear Attorney General Moody and staff, this is my second letter to your office about the corruption in Levy County. My previous letter was about the despite bringing this to yours, the Department of investigations have been conducted, and the corruption and denial of rights to citizens continues. The horror pub on Blackpool Pleasure Beach did me in. I kicked myself for contemplating it. I'll have to look that up. I'm going to write that down. The horror pub. Here in the U.S., Niagara Falls has a ton of like haunted houses that like not like homes that are haunted, but like haunted houses type things. Blackpool Pleasure Beach. In fact, one of those Niagara ones, there's a thing where apparently like you're walking through and then it looks like a car's coming at you and it's a jump scare and they take your picture. And several of those pictures, I remember years ago, they posted them onto Reddit and they were hilarious. Like people started photoshopping people in. Maybe I'll pull those up. Not a vet myself, but I was diagnosed with PTSD after my daughter was murdered in 2022. Sorry for your loss. However, I don't believe it's the same as combat PTSD. Yeah, PTSD, it's a rough thing. You can learn to minimize it and live with it. You just have to talk to people. You have to find yourself a medical therapist. Do not self medicate with alcohol or marijuana. I've had veterans tell me, no, the marijuana is a cure. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not. It's like taking cough syrup for the flu. Yeah, you won't cough, but there's still symptoms and you're not recognizing it. Medication does help, like prescribed medication, it will help. But every medication is different because every person is different. So try different medications until you find one that works well. The politicians should go through what every veteran went through. They should watch films that were made. Well, we have politicians like Tim Walz who believe they were in a war zone. He believes that. That's the problem. An Afghanistan veteran and 17-year veteran of the United States Marine Corps and a co-host of Veteran Nation and founder of the Veteran Nation Foundation. We identify and confront corruption and harassment in this country because believe in this nation's. Actually, that doesn't need to be laws. I forgot a dash. Well, yeah, we'll switch that though. week I made a call of Children and Family Services about a case that is ongoing in Levy County. Don't forget Joe Biden's PTSD from being shot down. That dude's a joke. Good morning, Skipper. Good morning, Stacy. Paul, we read that one already. The call was broadcast live on our show because I believe, or the call, actually, I'm going to talk about what was about and child neglect and abuse happening in Levy County that continues despite many calls and many calls to DCF and several videos showing the abuse being posted online. This current abuse involved a veteran named Lloyd Campbell. My followers and I are not going to let this abuse continue and nor go unaddressed. There we go. And you guys, if there's any, hey, good morning, Corey West, my old neighbor. If any of you guys want me to change anything in here in the live, go ahead and let me know. I will post. This is a Google Doc, so I will post this, and I'll put a link to it in the channel so that you can also read it for yourself and do stuff. I would offer signs, but I'm gonna give them a link to the petition. Call to DCF was broadcast live. I did this because my audience wanted it documented because we believed it would not be taken seriously. And the call ends with the DCF. I'm trying to think. What would we call the DCF person that took the call? Would we call? I'm trying to think. What operator? Confirmed that it was not within their criteria. I don't know if that's an exact quote. It's not a caseworker. It's not a case manager. Though I agree with you. But yeah, I don't want to get the wrong person. I don't want someone to get in trouble, because a caseworker or case manager could actually get in trouble. An operator is just going by, well, this is what was in front of me, and this is what my supervisor said. And this was after discussing it with a supervisor. After the call, my followers, after the call, the Veteran Nation Support Squad went into action, and we created and signed a petition that, as of the writing of this letter, has garnered just under 1,000 signatures. Of these signatories, is that correct? Signatories? Staffer. I actually like staffer better, so I'm going to switch out operator for staffer. Thank you. Thank you, Silver Phoenix. I do like that. Our Florida voters. There's a guy looking you up, and he said it sounds interesting. What guy looking me up? I mean, I don't care. You can look me up. 23 calls and nothing being done. The Hell Turtle had stolen previous ex-hub's children, and that was not all good for them. This case has had 23 visits by DCF previously. The adoptive parent in this case has had previous DCF cases where it was determined that the adoptive parent was abusive. Florida but the case was sealed, and this individual was then allowed to adopt a young child. Our adoptive parent. I'm not going to get all wrapped around the axle on the number of calls. I'm going by what Bruce had said prior to my call. Invited a veteran to live on our property, and where he too was then exploited and abused by having his property destroyed and taken from him. Property destroyed, taken from him, and money. I'm trying to think. Was conned out of money. Ba, 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 ba. Mr. Campbell property was saved by a group concerned, or by a group mishandled money. You can only say between 20 and 30 calls. Yeah. 20 to 30 visits by DCF previously. I like that. That's good. When Mr. Campbell's property was saved by a group of locals, there was a sheriff deputy there for peaceful, what do they call it? Or to keep the peace. That was forced to make a DCF report based upon his own I'm trying to think observations. These are also detailed in videos posted publicly. I got to bounce. Love y'all. Yep, thank you. Most of the property saved. Yep. This deputy, one of the few deputies in the department willing to do the right thing. Locals, what are they saying? Locals. Yeah, that's not needed. I need to tell this to ignore because don't need a semicolon there. It's not an independent clause. Can handler, I would say. Call handler. Nah. I like staffer. It's more correct. Of the writing of this letter, to our knowledge, DCF has still not done anything but visit the property. This appears to be yet another agency, a government agency, or actually county agency that is content on ignoring Florida law regardless of the Florida citizens that are hurt. We, the Veteran Nation Support Squad, are requesting your intervention and to immediately evaluate these videos and intake worker. I'm Staffer's good. I'm not going to go back. I'm perfectly fine with Staffer. I'm not going to debate that anymore. I think we got it. That is more than accurate. In fact, it's probably the one with the most latitude too. With the Veteran Nation Support Squad, we are requesting your intervention and to immediately evaluate these videos and follow up on the actions or inactions taken by Levy County officials in any departments that have this case. Already in the county, a victims advocate in this case has had to step down based upon their I don't want to say unlawful actions. I'm trying to think. Based upon their their biased actions. Those actions resulted in charges that the that were eventually dropped due to the prosecutor or the district attorney continuing the pattern of ineptitude. No, it's I hear what you're saying, Jessica. I do like ineptitude, but I don't think they're inept. There's too many there's too many things where it's not ineptitude. It's now they're just ignoring it. Like it's an active ignoring. Actions resulting in charges that prevent continuing this pattern of pattern of corruption. Many within the county do not feel safe, nor do they feel they can report crimes without fear of backlash by county workers or law enforcement. Okay. We here at Veteran Nation will continue to monitor, highlight, and demand action within this county. It is our hope you take this letter, petition, and videos seriously and protect the citizens of Florida. Our organization is thousands strong, and our veterans are a very vocal group. Stop until there is intervention at some level. Um, okay. Below are links to the petition on change.org and to the video of Calm. The petition was struck by the attorney or the adoptive parent, and personal identifiable information was redacted. However, the Veteran Nation audience was undeterred and kept signing this petition until we met our goal. Okay. I need to get the petition. Okay, boom. So here's the petition. Boom. Now I've got to look up my video. There's the lives. Veteran Nation channel. Creek breaking news. hate when. What? I don't want Google Chrome help. Stupid. I hate when they do dumb stuff like that. I'm just making sure that I've got the right video. Oh, nope. I gotta add news. 3. Okay. Oh, damn it. I hate when they do this. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. What do you folks think of that? So, let's look at the share settings. Say, okay. Restricted. Yeah, we. Copy link. Done. And now I'm going to post this to the YouTube channel in the community. Oh, this is going to do this again. Okay, well, I'll have to post it to the channel again. I was having this problem with our channel last night. Google switched. They updated something, and now it wants me. It keeps saying turn on two-factor verification. I turn it on, and then it's like turn off two-factor verification. It's like just verify me and take me to the page I want to be at. So that's first draft of the letter. I had my notes all down on what I wanted to hit with that. We're gonna redo this. I'll post it up, and I'll make it to where people can make comments. But if you have anything that you think I should do with the letter, like any changes or anything, let me know. I need more coffee, so I'm gonna go get more coffee, and then I'll be right back. See, now we're back. So I said I would do that. There you guys have it. I did do it. The police have had it hard since they closed the asylums. He was good. Oh, that's something else. Okay, I'm sorry. Coffee. Yes, yes, Eric. Coffee. It is our lifeblood. Military and veterans, we love our coffee. Any great holiday plans? Actually, I don't really have many holiday plans. I am going to go down to southern LA, Orange County. I'm trying to get down there. Um, there's a couple of videos I want to do down there. I still want to get. I don't really need the glasses. I'm not going to be reading anymore. I'm gonna minimize that. Don't need that. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to. I want to go to the Getty Museum. There's some good paintings and stuff there that I want to check out. So hopefully I get to do that this weekend. You're a step away from 8 Mile in Detroit. Um, I'm from Toledo, so I laugh how people they talk about 8 Mile being like this rough area, and it is. I'm not saying it's not, but it's funny because I was working a job out here. It was actually in Orange County. I was working this job, and we were bringing in all these employees that we hired from all over the country. And this guy was from Michigan, and I was like, "Oh, we're about to Michigan." I went to Eastern Michigan, and he's like, "Do you know Michigan?" I'm like, "Oh, I know Michigan." He goes, "I'm from River Rouge." I'm like, "Oh man." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, you know Michigan." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a rough area." And so we were joking. He's like, my whole life, I grew up listening to rap music, and he's like, so the company flew us in here. They got us rental cars, and got us in our hotel. And he goes, "What?" He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go to Compton. I want to see Compton." So he drove to Compton. It smells so bad there, right? Yeah, there's all these. For those of you who don't know, it's all these factories and like I'm trying to think like gasoline and natural gas refinery, so it just stinks. But people live there, and it's a rough area. And he's like, "Yeah, so I grew up listening to rap music. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check out Compton. I want to see how tough is Compton. Is it anything like Detroit?" And he's like, "So I drove around Compton yesterday." He's like, "Have you been?" I'm like, "Oh, I've been. I actually used to drill near there." Uh, you know, and he's like, "Compton is nice." He's like, "It's pretty nice." I'm like, "During the day, yeah, it's very nice." I go, "You don't want to be there at night." I go, that's when the gangs come out and everything." I go, "But if you're there in the day, everyone's just trying to make money." And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Now if people tell me they're from Compton, I'm not going to think that they're tough at all." He's like, "I'm going to be like, Shh, I'm from Detroit. Go to Detroit. Like, if you go to Detroit, it is rough." Some friends of mine went to a Tigers game. Oh no, it was a Lions game, and had their car stolen, like from one of the paid parking lots with security there. Yeah, I laugh because people in Detroit uh, love the song "Don't Stop Believing." They play it at all the things. And Dave Landau, who's a hilarious comedian, he's from Detroit. Uh, I've had the same car stolen 4 times. Yeah, right. Steve is from Detroit, uh, guaranteed. But Dave Landau, he goes, "Yeah, they play Don't Stop Believing." He goes, "There's a line where it says, just a city boy born and raised," and he's like, and everybody screams, "South Detroit." And he's like, but then they never pay attention to the next line, which is, he took the midnight train going anywhere. And this is his joke. I love Dave Landau too. And he's like, literally trying to get anywhere but South Detroit. And what I laugh about it is that for people who don't know Detroit, there really is no South Detroit. Like Detroit, like the okay, I think this is married. So the river goes like this, then it goes like this, then it goes down. Well, when it goes like this, that's where downtown Detroit is. It's on the northern side. The southern side, so South Detroit, would be Windsor, Canada. And I used to go to Windsor, Canada all the time when I was in college, because 18, you could go across the Ambassador Bridge, you could go to the casinos, you could gamble, you could drink, so you didn't have to worry about underage drinking. So we would do that all the time. We'd be like, you know, from Toledo, I could get up to Detroit 45 minutes to an hour, no problem. Depending on how fast you drive. And yeah, then we'd go across the bridge. Nowadays, you need a passport, so it's a little bit more involved. My grandparents lived out that way in Palm Desert. Palm Desert is nice, very nice town. Yeah, Steven's backed me up. There is no South Detroit. It's Windsor, Canada. Here, we'll pull it up. So yeah, this is Detroit. So, and there's River Rouge down there. So this is Detroit. You got west, north, east. This is south, Windsor. There's the bridge. So yeah, and then you also have Belle Isle, which is the only nice part of Detroit. Is there still people living out on Belle Isle? I know they were talking about taking all those, buying out all those homes. I got a Tiger game tomorrow downtown. It's been much improved. The Gordy will be done next year. I used to love going all the time. I'd never been to the Joe. My brothers actually went to the Joe for several hockey games, and they were also there for the WWE, where Stone Cold Steve Austin drove out on the Zamboni. So I hadn't been to the Joe, but I've been to. I was with the University of Toledo when we played in the Motor City Bowl back when it was up at the Pontiac Silverdome. I haven't been to the Ford Field yet. I've been obviously to the old Tiger Stadium that they tore down, and the new Tiger Stadium. Howdy from Ireland. I want to go to Ireland. What part of Ireland should I visit? I've got a friend who lives in Dublin, and I got friends up in Northern Ireland, but I don't know what part of Northern Ireland they live in. Gordie Howe International Bridge is going to be amazing. That'll be cool. I'm trying to think. Is the tunnel still open? I'm looking to where. So they don't have the bridge up yet, but they're showing it. Like, they kind of show it, they don't. But yeah, for those who don't know, you can either go Windsor Ambassador Bridge, or there's the Windsor Tunnel, and those are the two ways to get to Canada. I've taken them both. Dublin, beside the Guinness factory. Okay. You guys just had an American college football game, I believe. Other than Notre Dame, I think that was the first American college football game that didn't involve Notre Dame. Notre Dame is kind of like the New York Yankees here. Everybody knows them and will watch their games. I'm not a Notre Dame fan. Myself, I'll watch the games. I love college football. I don't really watch pro football. I'm a Lions fan, obviously. The Lions normally suck. Me and Steve, we know. Yeah, like the Lions are supposed to be good this year, and I don't know about him, but I am not planning for us being good because I don't want to be disappointed again. But did you see that the Florida State Georgia Tech game that you had there in Ireland? It was actually a great game. So if you didn't watch it, you missed out on a great game. Finally, normally when American football teams go overseas, the games suck. It's normally like one good team, one horrible team, and ends up a blowout. But this one came down to a last-second field goal, and it was an amazing game. I caught the last 10 minutes or so of it. Chicago Bears and the Steelers, apparently. Yeah, I think that's who's coming this year. That's not going to be too bad. I actually I know the coach of the Chicago Bears, Matt Eberflus. He was outside linebackers coach at the University of Toledo when I was there. He's gone on to many different teams. Very talented coach. Nice guy. Very nice guy. I did. It was awesome and well worth it. That's great. Glad to hear. Yeah, that's one thing that gets me mad is whenever they send American football over to the UK or Ireland, it's normally a crappy game. And finally, we had a good one. So, but I'm sure no one wants to talk about football on this. Yep, Georgia Tech with the upset. I hope Georgia Tech puts things together. That's a team that struggled for a long time. Uh, but I hope that I'm probably gonna go. I'm in California, so I've tried to get into. There's a group which any veterans watching, you should sign up for VetTix, where you're a veteran and they'll give tickets for free. So I tried. Sometimes they just have free tickets. They just put out first come first serve. Sometimes they put them into a lottery. So went into the lottery because USC and UCLA are joining the Big Ten. So I tried to get tickets to USC and Wisconsin and USC and Penn State, and I didn't win the lottery. It's not the end of the world. I'll still probably go to a couple games. Just go and show up, buy a ticket. I was Middleton, Kinsale, and Bantry recently. So I was in what's the I'm drawing a blank on the city in Ireland. Hold on here, looking it up. I stayed at the airport. Wasn't Dublin? Where was it? It was. And I was unhappy because I wanted to visit, like really visit, but I couldn't. Uh, VetTix.org. Yep. There you go. They are awesome. Am I looking in the wrong place? What was the name of the town I was at? It was the I was in the airport waiting to go to Afghanistan. Not Shannon, Ireland. There we go. I was in the Shannon airport for like 6 hours, and they wouldn't let us leave. I would have loved to have gotten out and taken a look at the city. I do. So I've heard some fun things about Galway. Veteranation.com does forward to VetTix. They were looking at calling it that, but they didn't. So we jumped on the name because we did do our research when we named Veteran Nation. But we have VeteranNationFoundation.com. Yeah, so I would love to go to Ireland and spend some time. I'm planning my next UK trip right now. European trip because I might go to multiple places. But I've got friends in the UK that really want me to visit. I love the international rugby. Galway is good. Salt Hill, particularly. You weren't in the chat, but I was talking the last time I went to the UK. I actually stayed in the town of Rugby where they invented the game. Galway just looks like fun. I would imagine Dublin's a lot of fun too. I wouldn't mind going up to Belfast or Northern Ireland. I think might be I think my friends are outside of Belfast. It's been probably 10 years since I talked to them, but I'm still we talk on Facebook. Some of us may not care about sports talk. We are having coffee with the skipper, and we are solving the world's problems one cup at a time. Amen. That's what we do. Yeah. Last time I was in the UK, my friends bought me that mug. But yeah, I enjoy traveling. Switzerland was interesting. I had a lot of fun. I see Max Lab. Hey, welcome. I'm gonna have to be ending the stream here shortly. So if you got anything for me, put it in there. Put it in here before I go. Got we got people watching. We got a nice chunk of people. 50. Uh, Great sport. My husband prefers football. That's I don't watch NFL much. I will watch it. I only watch the Lions though. Our city is pretty cool to know why the tourists love the Temple Bar Strip. Are you in Dublin? Um, Dublin just seems like fun. You know, Irish people in general. Everyone likes Irish people. Everyone likes Irish people. Uh, my one friend, her and I, we've done some traveling together. We were kind of like good travel buddies for a short while, and she kept wanting to take me places that I was like, they don't like Americans there. I can't go. And she was like, oh, it'll be fine. Just tell them you're Irish. And I'm like, yeah, no, they'll flag me as soon as they see my passport. Like she wanted me to go to Iran, and I'm like, no, not doing it. You can go. Her and I, we did go to, we went to Moscow and we went to Cancun, and I think we went to one other place. But, she obviously, uh, a woman traveling alone can be a problem. So she was like, a couple of times, she was like, hey, would you want to go here? I'd be like, yeah, I can go. Need a power scooter before I can do vet ticks. Switzerland is beautiful. One of my favorite places in Europe. Just expensive. Take a lot of money. Everyone rides bikes there because cars are so expensive. Fun fact about Switzerland: if you get a speeding ticket there, the amount of fine that you pay does not go by speed; it goes by your income. So the more money you make, the higher of a ticket you're going to have to pay. So what you get is rich people will hire unemployed people to be their drivers temporarily, and just tell them go as fast as you can. I'll give you the money for all the tickets. I want to go to Australia. Australia, I've never been. I've known a lot of. Don't forget the Thomas removed himself. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Grudge Judge is gone. We've got Judge Davis now. Australia is nice. I've known a lot of Australians and New Zealanders, um, and they're a lot of fun. They don't give a fuck. I love Australians. They're hilarious. I have, if there's an unfunny Australian, let me meet that. Well, actually, no. There is the one chick who did that comedy special that was just bad, and it was on Comedy Central. And I remember people were like, "Is this the death of comedy?" Uh, it's one of those things. I've got clips of it that I'll put on Twitter every once in a while. Got to get to Melbourne. Love them. That's eventually. I'd like to really start doing veteran nation travel. Like we want to go to a couple places and just highlight some battlefields and stuff like that. Show how nice some of these countries are. Uh, I was expecting people to not like me as an American when I started traveling, and I found out that's not the case at all. People really do like Americans. We're loud. We are loud. But as they told me, you all try to be at least um, polite. Most times Americans do that, and that's what's important. I always try, if it's a country that speaks another language, I try to know how to say please, thank you, and you're welcome. Well, folks, I'm going to get going. There is going to be a video out for all of you who sent me, for the Americans who sent me, their things. I still have more places written down. I will be getting to you but I had like a bunch of them, and I didn't want the video to get too long. So I'll have that, and then I'll be doing the international one, and I'll get caught up with my little pin board of where all you guys are. So you'll see that later on today. And I've got some other content scheduled to come out, just stuff, shorts and things like that. So I'm impartial to Americans here. I love you guys. Here's one thing, Eddie. Here's one thing I'll tell you. Learn how to make or try, and it's gonna look gross. It's gonna look gross, but trust me, every European I've ever introduced to it is like, oh my God, this is delicious. And that's Southern. It's an American dish, Southern biscuits and gravy. It is amazing. And you're gonna think, who puts gravy on biscuits? It's white sausage gravy. It's based in milk, and it's gonna look gross, but it tastes amazing. You will thank me. If you try it, you will thank me. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and end the show here this morning. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. If you need me, you can DM me on any of my social media. I'll be around. You guys are amazing. We're not going to stop with any of our activism for ending any of this corruption. You guys, if we keep making phone calls, like now to the Attorney General, I'm going to do this letter. We're going to send this certified mail to the Attorney General. Make phone calls to the Attorney General. Demand action, especially if you're a Florida resident, because you're a voter. It's voting season. They're more likely to take action now than they ever will. So we got to get on this. But thank you, folks, for being here. I'm going to go ahead and end this. You all have a great day. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.